Allen Iverson is one of the most overrated players in NBA history. Yeah, you heard right. Allen Iverson is overrated. You know, the last week or so, I've been seeing people, praising Iverson as being this great, awesome player, one of the best of all time. All these accolades, all these praising they're doing to Allen Iverson. And DaChamp is saying right here that he does not deserve all those accolades, the praise, because he is overrated. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, Iverson had the skill. Yeah, Iverson had the talent. He could hit you with those crossovers, give you some Sports Center highlights. Yeah, he had all that, but in the NBA is about playing as a team, and it's about winning. Allen Iverson was the ultimate selfish player. All he cared about was basically shooting the ball 50 times to get a bunch of points. So yeah, he was a great scorer if you're talking about accumulating points. But being efficient, he was perhaps one of the least efficient players in the NBA. And I know a lot of you Iverson fanboys or girls are going to say he had terrible teammates around him. Look at what he did. He brought the 76ers to the NBA Finals. He had a lot of winning seasons. But the fact is, during those years after the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan retired, the Chicago Bulls disbanded, the Eastern Conference was entering the worst period of the last 20 years. The Eastern Conference was horrible. I mean, anybody could have went to the championship. I mean, the number one seed back in 2001 in the Eastern Conference was the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, seriously. You had the Indiana Pacers, they're okay. They weren't as good as they were probably a few years earlier. So Iverson brought the 76ers to the NBA Finals in a weak Eastern Conference. There was no competition. Allen Iverson, he's like Carmelo Anthony, a shorter, smaller version of Carmelo Anthony. He could score a bunch of points, take you to the playoffs, but he could not win a championship. I'm not saying if you don't win a championship, you're not a great player. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Allen Iverson was a selfish player. All he cared about was scoring. All he cared about was putting up stats. I mean, yeah, he had a bunch of assists, but let's face it, people, he was quadruple teamed almost like every play, and the only reason he passed the ball was because he couldn't shoot it. If he had an opportunity to shoot it, he would have shot it, but he had open teammates all around the court. So of course, eventually, he's like, okay, I can't shoot it, so he passed it off to whoever. And don't give me all this about he was a great rebounder or whatever. No, he didn't play defense. I don't care if you tell me he led the NBA in steals. Everybody knows. Well, not everybody, but DaChamp knows that steals are basically based on luck. Basically, you don't have to be a good defender to get a bunch of steals. You have to have good instincts. You have to have good, speed or good defensive awareness to get steals. But as far as being a lockdown defender, Iverson was horrible as a defender. The only reason he got steals was because he got beat a bunch of times, but he had the speed to recover and get in the passing lanes and get steals. But other than that, locking down offensive players, Iverson was horrible. That's why you seen him go to the Denver Nuggets. What did he do? Nothing but score points. Didn't take him anywhere. He went to Detroit and didn't do anything. He went back to Philadelphia, couldn't do anything. The last 4 or 5 years of his career was basically nothing because Iverson is overrated. Don't give me he made it to the All-Star game. The All-Star game means nothing. Don't give me he got all these awards, MVP. He did not deserve the MVP. He did not deserve the MVP. So Allen Iverson is definitely one of the players I would put on the Mount Rushmore of the most overrated players in NBA history. You just watched Halftime with DaChamp. Check out my other videos each and every single week. My name is DaChamp, and I approve this message.